to know your purpose. It's a tragedy. It's a disaster. So wake up, be the difference. Been on you, shine, oh shine, shining like a star, oh, shining so bright. Tomorrow may never come. So wake up to purposeful living now. And this you will build your soul. And this you will be the difference. And this you will be the answer to the prayers of humanity. And this you will build your soul. And this you will be the difference. And this you will be the answer to the prayers of humanity. To live and not know what state of God you are, it's a disaster. Oh yeah. To not know. Yeah. You may tomorrow be gone. Tomorrow may never come. So wake up to purposeful living now. And this you will build your soul. And this you will be the difference. And this you will be the answer to the prayers of humanity. And this you will build your soul. And this you will be the difference. And this you will be the answer to the prayers of humanity. To live and not know what state of God you are, it's a disaster. Oh yeah. To not know your purpose, it's a tragedy. It's a disaster. So wake up, be the difference.
Wake up, and be the difference. It is a very, very, very late start today. Very, very late start, I must confess, because we've been having a little technical challenges here in the studios, which, every now and then you should be prepared to go through some of these things, because through that you discover new stuff, you discover new ways of doing things. Quite unfortunate that another time that we are having one-to-one mentoring network, we seem to have bumped into this very, very, very challenge. But hey, whatever the case may be, after we were going through a few, trials and, getting to practice new ways of, fixing things, we are back home. And today, for me, when I saw the topic, I already fell in love with the topic because I need some more knowledge in that area. So, quite unfortunate that with that excitement, we had just this challenge that has made us been quite late in today's show. But I would humbly welcome you once again to the Mentoring Hour from One-to-One Mentoring Network. Today, we have some very wonderful guests that are coming to give us some very, very beautiful information, knowledge on the subject of work ethics. The subject of work ethics. And the topic is a good work ethic essential for success. It's a good work ethic essential for success. I have Dr. Tozin already on the line, and I'm waiting for Dr. Susan to also join us via our new way of bringing this program to you. So, without much ado, we will go to Dr. Tozin Talabi, and then we begin rocking as we wait for Dr. Susan. Dr. Tozin, if you don't mind, you unmute yourself. You hit your microphone so that yes. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you today?
Let me see. Okay, let me word this one. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it is quite faint.
Okay, let's see. Let's try
Yes.
something else.
It is very faint, so I can't hear you too well.
Yeah. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can hear
Yeah, I'm
you.
here. Yeah, I'm here. I think Tosin, Dr. Tosin, if you get some a microphone or something, because I realized that if I didn't put that my earbuds in my earbuds on, I couldn't hear anything. So I think since I put it on, I could hear much better.
Okay. All right.
Okay, can you guys hear me now? Because I've got my
Oh
earbuds.
yes.
Can hear Dr. Tozin very well, loud and clear. Right. Good morning. Good morning and good morning.
Good morning, Papa. Good morning, Dr. Tosin.
Uh-huh.
Good morning, both.
Yes, quite unfortunate that we had to start very late today, but we'll try and see if we can make it up with some extra time. So, without much ado, we go straight away to the topic for the day. Is a good work ethic essential for success? They say ladies first, so I'll begin with Dr. Susan.
Okay. Yes, and first of all,
Mhm.
thank you very much once again for inviting myself. I'm representing one-to-one mentoring network. And also, I would just want to also say a big thank you. I just want to appreciate Dr. Tosin because when I asked him to be part of the one-to-one show, he did not hesitate. He always will contribute if he's got the capacity to do so. So I just thought I wanted to say a big thank you. Dr. Tosin is an associate of our network and has always come on, always giving his support anytime we've asked for it. Thank you, Papa. So, yes, it's a very important topic. And I think even the fact that you've managed to work something out, um, the fact that we couldn't do what we're supposed to do because of the technical issues, and you managed to get something else going, that also, I would say, reflects that work ethic. And I must give you the kudos, definitely kudos to you for just taking it easy, calming, no panic, and just, you know, putting us onto something else, which is not I would say your ideal, but you managed to pull something, and thank you for that. We're talking about work ethic, and this morning I was reflecting on work ethic, and I kind of decided that I'll just look that up, not necessarily a definition, but maybe an understanding of what work ethic is. And I came up with a very good, almost like a definition. I really like this. It says that work ethic is a set of moral principles, values, and attitudes about the importance of work. And it usually refers to qualities such as dedication, responsibility, discipline, reliability, and perseverance. Someone with a strong work ethic is seen as committed, self motivated, dependable, and willing to put in consistent efforts to achieve goals or complete tasks to a high standard. And it just set me off reflecting about the characteristics that had been put into this definition. And I realized that a lot of it is really your interpersonal skills. So, I mean, in the sort of the answer to the first discussion, I just thought I would kick off with a very good definition for our listeners what work ethic is.
Well, I would say that definition captures everything, and you therefore then ask yourself, wait, is it possible to have all these things that you talked about in one person, uh, at one particular point in time? But I will ask you once again before I go on to Dr. Tosin. Now, uh, these things that you have made mention of, right? Is it something that automatically comes, or it is dependent on certain things whatsoever for us to have these things in the workplaces that we find ourselves?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I think that these things develop. I don't believe that you are born with all the attributes, an attribute of responsibility, dedication, discipline, commitment, self motivation, dependable. No, you're not born with it, but you develop it. And though the I would say the tools that will enable you to develop it, other than yourself, I will categorize tools into probably maybe three big tools when we think about the development of the progress of a person on their journey to develop a good work ethic. Because work ethic is work ethic, right? But do a person have a bad work ethic or a good work ethic? So I think for the purposes of this discussion, we are really thinking about a good work ethic, and that is reflected in the definition. So I'll call upon, I'll discuss three tools. I believe that your tools are your parents or your family members, because parents may be contributing to that, but equally godparents, grandparents, and members of the family, close members of the family. It could be extended family network, like family friends could contribute to this. Could be a tool in the journey. Then the next big is the, I'll call it, the instructor. An instructor is your teacher. Our earliest memory will be when we start school. So whether it's a nursery school as we're getting older, through primary schools, high school, college, university. So I will use the word an instructor. And don't forget that your instructor could also be a coach at some point in life, a mentor at some point in your life. But your teachers will be probably one of the earliest tools in fostering or facilitating this work ethic in you. And then, of course, your third tool, and probably one of the most important tool, is your internal, which is yourself. Because you can have all these external tools supporting you, but what is it that you have internally that can work with those tools around you to facilitate or support a good work ethic? So that's what I'll encapsulate my thoughts into three things. Your teachers, your family members, your teachers, and or your instructors, and underneath that umbrella, you have your mentors and your coaches along the way, and then of course yourself as a very, very big factor in fostering or enhancing a good work ethic.
Thank you very much. That was very, very, very deep. We go to Dr. Tosin. Yes, can you hear me, Doctor?
I can hear you very well. Can you hear me?
Excellent. I can hear you. I can hear. It's been a very long time since I heard this very wonderful voice. So I'm glad to hear of you once again.
Yeah.
Now, Dr. Susan has given us a very, I would say, one in all definition for good work ethic. Let me ask, do you believe society places too much or too little emphasis on work ethics when defining success?
Right. If you don't mind me asking you, Papa, who are my audience? I like to tailor my responses
Mm-hmm.
to the caliber and categories of my audience.
Uh-huh.
Who are those listening to us? Just a short summary
Okay.
of those listening
All
to
right.
us.
Of course, you have one-to-one mentoring network group listening to you. We have the Ghanaian community also listening to you, and I would say we have the Ghanaian community, right, listening to you this very 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 moment. So that is what I would say for now.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. I would assume that we have a wide spectrum
That's right.
of listeners,
Hmm.
from students to professionals
Of
to,
course, of course, of
everybody.
course. Hmm.
Okay. The way, yes, of course, society uh, plays a role. Um, but within that, I think also societal leadership plays a role. Um, the chances are that if people are born into a society or an ecosystem or an environment where there's no discipline, um, there's no good work ethics, and the natural tendency will be for people to just go with the flow, if you like. But if they are born into a family or a society or an ecosystem where the norm is good work ethics, then they will have to work hard not to follow the pattern. And even if you're born into a situation where there is poor work ethics, you can also have good, strong work ethics, but you have to work hard. You're swimming against the tide. So yes, I would. The short answer is yes, society, but especially societal leadership plays a role. People tend to look up onto their leaders and follow the guide of their leaders. So that's the short answer. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. As you were giving the answer, it just brought to mind a story that I heard just a while ago as to this young man who was going for an interview. And before that interview, every now and then at home, the dad, African parents. I don't know if I want to put you in that category, but the parents are very strict on the children. When you wake up, you will have to do this, you do that. Even the last moment that you are going to bed, you have to do something. So it was a lot of work being put on this young man at home, and every now and then he was complaining. But the parents insisted that he does all those things. So from tidying up, from washing up, everything he had to do. Now, when this gentleman went to an interview, when he got to the premise of the company, as he was climbing up the stairs, everywhere that he went, he saw something that was placed wrongly. He put it in a rightful place. At one point, he saw a light put on without it being needed, so he turned it off. He saw, some rubbish somewhere along in the premises, and then he put it in the rightful place. Now, other people who were also coming for the interview had gone past all these things, and then they just left it, and then they went for the interview. Now, when this young man got in front of the interviewers, they told him the interview is finished. Why? Why is the interview finished? They told him all the things that you did as you were coming up the stairs, they indicate that you will be a very successful person here with us. So those were the things that we were using to test the people who we will take for this job role. So as you said, when you are born into a society with good work ethics, you pick it up. You pick it up. You definitely pick it up. So thank you very much for bringing that. But someone is asking straight away, can someone with natural talent but poor work ethic still succeed in the long term?
Do you want me to take that?
Yes, take that before I go to Dr. Susan. Mm-hmm.
The short answer is yes, somebody with a natural talent can still fail and not be successful. Or, if I can qualify it, will not achieve the best they are designed to achieve. Excuse me. And I like to give practical examples, but I won't mention names so that we're not accused of defamation of character. Football, for example, I know a beautiful talent. big talent. He played for Arsenal in England. But I won't mention his name. Anyway, it's a long time ago. And he was so full of talent. And about the same time, Ronaldo, not the current one, the older Ronaldo, was on the spot. And about the same time, I think Beckham was on the spot. Now, this guy, he achieved much, earned good money, but he didn't last. He couldn't sustain the success and the progress because his ethics was quite poor. People don't know this, but Beckham is not especially talented. He just stayed behind and practiced free kicks every day, different angles, stayed behind. He knew that, look, I've got a bit of talent in this area. I need to hone it, focus on it, and perfect it. He stayed behind, worked harder. So even though he had a bit of talent, he recognized it, but he had to work on it and perfected it. Same with Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, one of probably the richest, footballer ever. Again, he stayed behind, practiced free kicks, practiced all kinds of gimmicks on the ball, and that's why he's very successful. Now, excuse me, Messi is naturally talented, naturally. In my opinion, probably more talented than Ronaldo, but they're of equal fame, because Ronaldo worked hard. Messi works hard, really hard, but I just think he has natural, you know, talent. But I believe that it is the work ethics that takes you to the destination, that gives you the long-term sustained progress, that keeps the door open. Talent may open the door for you, but what keeps it open? So yes, I think you can be naturally talented and not go much, or not even go anywhere if you don't put in the work ethics. I can give many examples. The current tennis number one, Carlos Alcaraz, he works hard. He's only a 22-year-old boy. He's worth millions, but he's naturally talented. But if he doesn't work hard with those talents, he wouldn't be where he is now. And I can go on and on and on and on. Same with Federer, naturally talented, probably the best in terms of character and fluidity and the beauty of the game, probably the best tennis player ever. Not in numbers, because um, there are people who have more Grand Slam than him, but in terms of fluidity and the character and the beauty of his game. But he worked hard at it. So for you to sustain your progress, keep the door of success open, you need good, strong work ethics. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doctor. We go to Dr. Susan, if she has anything to add to that. And as she may be adding to that, is good work ethics dependent on how much I am being paid? Dr. Susan, over to you.
Okay, so this is the question you want me to ask,
Yes,
to answer
you can
this
answer that one.
one.
Yeah, you
Okay,
can answer that one. Yeah.
okay, all right. A good work ethic is never dependent on how you are being paid, because you still will have somebody with a strong or good work ethic and they are very paid very little, and you have somebody with a poor work ethic and they are paid a lot. So that's the short answer. In terms of correlation. If we are talking about direct correlation, I will probably say no, not necessarily. That money is going to enhance or facilitate the issue around work ethic. So there's very little correlation. Some It will be quite sad that a good work ethic money will be the motivator, because I feel that if money becomes the motivator for a seemingly good work ethic, that might not be sustainable, because life changes. Life is full of ups and downs. So what if that company that is paying you loads of money, what if they fold up, they go bankrupt, or you become redundant, and then you go to another company that might not be paying you the same amount of money? Are you going to say that because they're not paying me the amount of money, so I'm not going to be working and consistently, I'm not going to be reliable, I'm not going to be dependable? All these are ingredients of good work ethic. I'm not going to be resilient, you know. and so all that those factors are very important. And also probably also adding a little bit to what Dr. Tosin said about, I mean, if I could remember that question, I think there was the question also, probably the person might say that, okay, if you are talented, how about people also who are talented, but they may not necessarily have a good work ethic? We have a lot of people like that. And I'll highlight what Dr. Tosin said about sustainability. So if you are talented, you have natural talent and you have a poor work ethic, I mean, is that going to be sustainable in the long term? Probably no. Probably, because there's really nothing like you can say yes and no. So I would say probably no. And certainly in my work, one of the things that I see, because I see young children in the work that I do as a pediatrician, a neurodevelopmental pediatrician, and one of the reasons why these parents come to me is all about achieving your best potential, you see. So you can have natural talent, but without the good work ethic, you either may not be successful, or you will be seemingly successful and it might not be sustained, or you'll be successful, but you actually might not achieve your best potential. And in student terms, it is the difference between probably you being an A plus student, but you might be getting A or you might be getting B. It's really that your best potential. I think that the work ethic, a good work ethic gives you that mileage, whether we are talking about money or whether we are talking about natural talent.
Thank you very much. You know, Dr. Tosin, uh, you see, I meet a lot of young men, say back in Africa, and you know, in my country, they will say they are not paid so much, and as they put it, as the employers pretend to pay us, we will also pretend to work. And that was the reason why I asked Dr. Susan, is good work ethics dependent on how much, how much I am being paid? So I'll come to you for your view on that as well. Do you think good work ethics is dependent on how much one is being paid?
Yeah, thank you, Papa. I couldn't agree more with Susan.
Wow, so simple. uh Or you are adding something and I can't hear you. I think he's having
I
a,
think,
yeah, he's
yeah.
having a word, but
Are
uh,
you back? Dr. Tosin, are you back?
all right, Dr. Tosin, now we can't hear you. So um, if you could please go back to the previous settings that you had. Let's put it that way, so we can continue. Well, I think Doctor may be having some challenges now. Hello.
Yeah, I think he's
Yes, I'm
coming
here.
back.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Now,
Hello? Can
yes.
you hear me?
If we can start all over again, yeah, please. Wow. Okay. Um, Dr. Tosin, I will
I can hear you
suggest,
very well.
yeah, can can you hear me
Oh,
now?
okay. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you all the time, but for some reason
Okay.
you guys can't hear me. Yes,
Okay.
I can hear you. Yes,
All right, then carry on then. Carry on.
I can hear you.
Then you can carry on now.
Okay. Yeah, I think, like I said, I agree with, yeah, like I said, I agree with, before I continue, can you prove that you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Right. Okay. All right. There seems to be a delay, but I will continue. I agree with Dr. Susan and what she's just said. It's not ideal, but sadly, there's no correlation between work ethics and the salary and your income remuneration. However, I will qualify that in time, it's a matter of time. In time, if you sustain the good work ethics, it always produces results. It may not be the commensurate income, but it will make you comfortable. It's a matter of time. You will be comfortable. You may not become extremely rich or very rich, but you will be how would I put it? You will be well remunerated in the sense that you will be okay. Uh, but it takes time, a long time, um, for that to happen. So the short answer is, um, sadly, there's no correlation. So, what I would tell people is that strong work ethics still trumps, regardless of the income, because the the only satisfaction you get in life is not just income. Your income may come in many other ways apart from money. Somebody may notice your work ethics and reward your children long before you're gone, or reward somebody else, sorry, long after you're gone, or reward somebody else who is related to you, associated with you. So you may not see the immediate impact, but on the long term, you will see the impact. So I say to people, um, your strong work ethics may not bring you money in the short term, but stick with it. Look for opportunities. Stick with the principle of good work ethics. Look for opportunities. Develop yourself. The income will come. It will surely come. It's not going to be extreme. It's not going to be earth shattering, but it will come. So don't measure um, your work ethics with the salary or income you are receiving. Over. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'll stay with you because these young men they have various ways of running away from good work ethics. And uh,
Papa,
yes,
Papa,
you want to say something, right?
yes. Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
And just to add to what Dr. Tosin has said, now we're looking at this discussion. We've used a currency, right? And the currency we have used is success. And this is where I would say that, and adding to what Dr. Tosin is, and Dr. Tosin, I'm sure, is alluding to this. People think that success, again, correlates with money. You see,
Mm,
money is
mm,
good. Nobody has said that
mm,
money isn't and wealth isn't. But it's about looking at the currency called success. What is success? Yes, it's achieving a goal or attaining something desired.
mm,
That desire can be wealth, it can be financial, but it can also be respect, knowledge, happiness. Dr. Tosin alluded to network. Long before you are gone, this is what Dr. Tosin said. Somebody is going to be doing something even for your children. You see? So it's, if we as a community, we need to broaden our the whole understanding of what we think achieving success is, and success as a currency itself. If we stick to, okay, the measure is, I'm going to be driving this car, or my children are going to do this. All these things are not bad in itself, but that in itself, it's not what success is just all about. You see? So it's about the broader view about self fulfillment, balance, good health. All those things are currencies under success. So if we look at it, then we will broaden what we want to um, understand or take on as a good work ethic. Because sometimes your good work ethic, like what Dr. Thompson says, can even go beyond you, yes, ahead of you, even well when you are long gone. And we can see that with grandparents. We can see that with the legacies of things. Our own past president, look at Kwame Nkrumah. All these people left legacies, and they had some work ethic that has enabled those legacies to last. So we need to think, as a community, we need to think about legacy. how long lasting, whether it's a small legacy or a big legacy, it doesn't matter. But what do we leave to be able to enable our next generation to thrive? For me, that is success.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for that. As I said earlier, the young men will want to find all possible reasons to run away from work ethics, right? And someone is asking, can someone with a strong work ethic still fail if the system they are in is unfair or biased? Dr. Susan, I'll stay with you.
Oh,
Yes. So,
okay.
I
Yes.
work in a system which is
Okay.
biased. It's unfair. Will I still be able to
Yeah.
succeed if I have such good work ethics?
I believe you can, because the work ethic is very, very, very much an internal thing. Yes. Your external helps you. You draw onto the external. But being reliable is something that somebody who is biased can never take from you. Being consistent. You might be in an environment where, despite all your resilience, all your desire for growth, all your reliability, all your consistency might not be appreciated, right? But if you, as a person, fundamentally, and we know, for example, with me working in the national health system, there are a lot of, I can use myself as an example. I have been working in the national health system for 30 years, okay? And it's changed. And there has always been a lot of external pressures. But if I ask myself that, just because there are external pressures, should it affect who I am? Should it affect my values? Because work ethic is a value, you see? So if you have those internal values, your value of being consistent, dependable, reliable, all those sorts of values that make you who you are, hardworking, even if you are in an environment where they are pushing against you because of bias, that shouldn't change your fundamental work ethic, because it is that work ethic that will take you out of that environment to take you to a better environment. It is that work ethic that maybe that person, someone else, will come in and recognize your hard work, your hard efforts. Okay. It is that work ethic that will give you some networking, not network that you didn't even expect. That will open the door that you didn't even expect. That will let you walk through a door that was initially closed that you didn't expect. So I will say, stay fundamentally true to you and build your work ethic, your internal work ethic, and the external things will line up when the time comes. So that is the answer to that question. Yes, you can have a good work ethic and still work in a very, very bad environment, but that will, if you have that value, it won't change. It won't change who you are.
Hmm. Interesting. What I take from what both of you have said is whatever that we are doing when it comes to this work ethics is just shaping us into something in the future. If you are working and you put up a very lazy attitude, a very dishonest attitude, and what have you in the workplace, you are shaping yourself into whatever that you are doing. Sometimes we shape ourselves into incompetence. Uh-huh. And when the time comes for us to even man our own business, it's because we have shaped ourselves into such incompetences. We can't do it ourselves. So, yes, I think I'll go with whatever you've said. You have to stay to your core values, whatever the case may be, and then you give out your very best, whatever the case may be as well. We have
Mm.
Dr.
Papa, sorry, just one. Can I just add one comment?
Mhm.
Yeah. Can I also just remind our listeners that working hard that is also does not equate to
Mm-hmm.
working smart.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure Dr. Tosin will probably be chuckling in the background. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important to work smart. So you can be in that bad
Yeah,
environment
yeah,
and you need to find out and ask yourself. And this is all part of that work ethic going on.
yeah.
With your using and tapping into your external tool, looking for a mentor, a coach, somebody
Mm,
that can support you within that work, whatever you're working,
mm,
and ask yourself, is this an environment that I need to be in? It's the same way
mm,
people can work hard and then
mm,
keel over. And I know that Dr. Ivy is very passionate. One of our lead mentors is very passionate about work-life balance. Yes. So
mm,
as
mm,
part of the work ethic, working smart, being not just being consistent and reliable and dependable, but there's also something about working smart,
mm,
being balanced, having the external tools to make sure you thrive. And sometimes thriving is actually deciding to leave an environment that is just not doing well for your mental health.
mm.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much for that. I was actually coming to that. Sometimes people work so hard thinking it's all enough, but you brought in the issue of working smart, which is also very, very, very important as well. Now we have I think it's Dr. Fortune asking, what are the soft
Mm,
skills needed to be
yeah.
a leader of change? What are the soft skills needed to be a leader of change? I think I'll let Dr. Tozin start with this one, and if need be, Dr. Susan also come with some few comments. Well, I think Doctor is having some delays at his end. Yeah, Dr. Tozin.
What to be a change leader?
Okay, carry on, please. Carry on.
Okay. But can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Uh, Yes, yeah, there is a delay, but I can hear you clearly. Uh, yeah, I think the soft skills, and you project yourself when you speak. Um, you know, I always tell people, um, don't talk because you want to talk. Talk because you have something to say. They are two different things. Uh, it's good to be quiet, study your environment, understand what is required. Don't just talk because everybody else is talking. Because the leaders who want somebody to manage the change are looking for somebody who's calm, collected, and together, uh, who is organized in their thought pattern and not just talking loquaciously and just talking because they want to be heard. Uh, that's one soft skill. Second soft skill, I would say, is how to network. You need to understand networking properly. As they say, your network is your net worth. You are kind of a product of the five closest people to you. I mean, it's not absolute, but generally that's the direction of thought. So you need to learn how to network. Now, there's a difference between, um, uh, you know, I'm looking for the right word on radio now, but you know what I mean. Just being, just following somebody without any thought. There's a difference between that and just networking with that person. Um, so if you have a good network, always serve somebody who knows more than you in a particular area, be around them, learn from them, and network with them. It's not when you need them that you befriend them. Just befriend them for wisdom, knowledge, association, so that when you do need them to mentor you or to give you an advice, you've already established a relationship, a rapport. So I would suggest that look around you, those who are ahead of you. There's no point spending time with those who are beneath you or around you. That leads to competition. You're at the same level. Always spend time with those who are ahead of you in age, in talent, in success, however you measure that success, and network with them, serve them, learn from them, have a relationship, so that when you do need to reach out to them, a relationship is already formed. So network. So ability to speak well and project your thought properly, your networking skills, and I'm sure there are many others which I can think of now, but there are many other soft skills you can use and bring to bear when you want to make. Oh, one more thing I must mention: if you want to make a change, if you are a change leader, you want to make a change. Now, those involved with that change, those those that will be affected by that change, you need to learn to make them own the change. If you're a leader and you want to change direction in the organization or in your ecosystem, you don't just tell people, hey guys, we are moving to this direction, we are going to change. They don't know why, they don't know how, they don't know the the profit or the result of the change. So they resist the change. People resist change. But if you say, look, guys, I'm looking to achieve X result. I'm thinking maybe if we go this way or this way, what do you guys think? In the end, they'll come with you because they own the change. And you should be ready to modify how you achieve the change if need be. If you impose change on people, the chances are that they will resist that change or they will not effect that change efficiently. But if you carry them along, not that you will change your direction or your goal, your goal remains the same. But there's a way you can carry them along and make them appear to own the change. So if they own the change, they'll come along with you, they will effect the change, they will bring other suggestions into it and actually achieve that change better and faster than if they don't own it. So projecting and speaking well, networking, and making people own the change. Those are the three things I would say. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hey, a question is come. I think it was in reference to what Dr. Susan said, working smart and working harder. Sometimes when you go to supermarkets to buy or when you go to shops to buy something, you may find it quite challenging getting a particular item, and then you ask one of these shop assistants, "Oh, you want this? You want that?" One of them may take you directly to where the item is, and one of them will tell you, "Oh, go to aisle number this, walk a little bit further down the aisle, and then you'll find the item that you want there." Which one would you say is a good work ethic, Dr. Susan?
Okay, so we are, and before that, thank you so much for that response, that answer, Dr. Tosin. I think just before I answer that question, because I promise you it's going to be a very short answer, that one. I just want to add I thought, two important factors to the skills needed for being a leader of change. I would say that communication, communication, communication. Some people think that communication is being just eloquent and articulate. And I had to learn a valuable lesson when I was a director in my department about communication. You can be articulate, but you can fail to communicate to people. And if you're a leader of change and you haven't mastered communication skills, this can be a huge limiting factor. And when I say communication, I mean that you need to, as a leader, you need to explain ideas in a way that will bring people on side and that will inspire and motivate people, you see. And also, I one big thing about communicating and as a leader is how you can influence and persuade others. It's so important. I remember when my children were very young and they would get into arguments. I did this through their as young as primary school. When they had a disagreement, I would always say to them, you both need to talk to each other and decide, make a decision as to, you know, how you're going to compromise around this disagreement. I would say, hand on my heart, I never saw the two boys ever getting into a fist fight, ever, or even a verbal, a verbal strong swearing at each other, because I instilled that value in them about communication. The other thing also that I thought I would add to Dr. Tosin's list is emotional intelligence. As a leader, you need to understand emotional intelligence. You need to reflect on your own personal intelligence, how you manage your own emotions, as well as empathize with others. Being adaptable, being flexible is also very important. So I thought that is such an important question that Dr. Ivy had asked that I like to add to the list. Coming back to your question about the two scenarios, we are asking whether who has a better ethic. I don't think there is anybody that has a better ethic in that sense. The reason why I'm saying that is that the person that is pointing to you and giving you the instruction to go and take what you need, okay, it's for them. It's probably their way. Um, I'll give you an example of a coach. I'm both a certified coach and mentor. Okay, a coach. Those two, I can even I can reflect the coaching and the mentoring into your first scenario. The person telling you and directing you, it's okay. They're telling you go and get it yourself, and I'll give you the instruction to go and get it. They haven't done anything wrong. Okay, it's different if they ignore you and they are on the phone. That's very bad. But if they're giving you the instruction because they may be busy and may not be able to walk with you to get it, they're still enabling you. The second one is going that extra mile because maybe at that point this is the way they've been told to do it, or maybe this is the way they are, and maybe they may have time. So they could have different reasons why they are doing it. But both people, both scenarios are still enabling. Yes, some people might enable in a way, and another person might enable in another way. So we can't say one has a bad work ethic because they actually instructed you to get it. At the end of the day, your goal was to get what you wanted, you came to the shop for. If you did, then that goal has been achieved, and that person has achieved they've earned their money that day. But the style of which they've done it we shouldn't encapsulate it as, okay, this is a bad work ethic because they didn't take me, and this is a good work ethic because they took me. So that is the answer to that question.
All right. Thank you so much for that. I'll stay with you, and then that same question will go to you, Dr. Tosin, as well, because I would want you to tailor the answer to your own peculiar ways, right? Now, can good work ethics in one area, okay, of life, that is your career, also cause neglect in another area, that is your family or your health? Yes, Dr. Susan, I'm with you, right?
Oh, all right. So
Yeah,
we've stayed with
I'll
me.
stay with you. Yes.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you,
Okay.
you you
Okay.
you you got
All
a
right.
question,
So
right?
yes,
Okay.
I've got the question. Yes.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
this is where the work smart comes in. Yeah. Your working smart and your work ethic, in my opinion, shouldn't compromise the other bit of your life that can feed into that work ethic. Because don't forget, the work ethic is about your interpersonal skills, your reliability, your dependability, your consistency. So if you imagine that you put everything into work and then you go home and there's World War III, or your children are not being cared for, yes, you'll be making very good, I would say, success. You'll be achieving very good success in your workplace. You'll be getting promotion. Your money will go up. But will you be truly happy? Will you be truly happy if you are not looking after your family, neglecting your health, neglecting your marriage, maybe, or your relationships, even friendships, because you are putting 100% of time in work? So But a good work ethic doesn't correlate with that sort of hard work, hard work, hard work. You basically are not working smart. And this is where the working smart comes there. Working smart is also part of it is your work-life balance, as Dr. Ivy always reminds us. Work-life balance, work-life balance. So you have your work ethic, part of your work ethic, go ahead and do your work. But those internal things that feed into that work ethic, those external tools are very, very important also to prop you up in that area. So you can easily not do well in the long run when you are in a bad relationship, or when you are, your children are giving you a lot of trouble because there's the neglect, or the other half is not very happy. Very soon that will creep into your work. It will start showing, the cracks will show, because we're all human, you see. So that's the answer. That's the short answer to this, that your work life, your home life, if not balanced, can cause a problem. It may not be in the short term, but it will start showing the cracks in the medium to long term.
Thank you very much. Dr. Tozin, do you want to add something to that?
Yes, yes. I just want to add that um, uh, hard work is part of work, good, strong work ethics. But hard work is not work ethics per se, it's a component of it. So, work ethic is about principle, it's about reliability, consistency, dependability in anything you do that has to do with work. So, that will translate anyway, your relationship, in your health, in your family, in everything. So, I don't want us to confuse hard work and work ethics. Hard work is just one component of it. If you are reliable and consistent in your health, if you do 10, it's about consistency and reliability. It's not about the strength of it. If you do 10 press ups every day or 10 sit ups every day, you're going to be healthier than somebody who does 100 once a week or 100 once in 2 weeks. Work ethics is about dependability, consistency, reliability, timeliness is the principles of the way you do your hard work, not the hard work in itself. And that always almost translates into smart working. So most of the time, having a strong work ethic should not ordinarily affect work and family and health. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll stay with you once again. We I know you are into mentoring as well. So, what lessons about work ethics are we teaching our children and young people today? What practical steps should we put our children through so that they will develop this good work ethics that we are talking about in our various homes? What should we do?
Okay, I always ask for your audience spectrum. I'm 60. I turned 60 this February. I can tell you I don't look it. If you see me, you can Google me. But why, why,
I
why,
like
why,
that. I like that.
you can Google me. You will see my face. I don't, I don't look 60. I tell
I
you.
Please.
really like that. Yeah.
Oh yes. Please,
So,
please Google
so
Dr. Tozin for me. Yeah, please,
Oh, but
please.
it's true. Oh, it's true. It's true.
If
um,
Dr.
so
Susan is saying it, then it's true. It's true.
It's very true. It's very true.
uh, I mean, my first son, my son is 31, so that gives an idea. But why am I telling you about my age? The reason I'm telling you is that somebody told me that we are the generation, if you're between 50 and 65 or 45 and 65, something like that our generation is the first generation who looked after our parents, and we're now looking after our children. Okay.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
looked after our parents because it was expected. They didn't even have to ask. My dad died at 94. He was coming and going, Nigeria and back to England. He was well looked after. He wasn't even ill. It was just his time. We looked after him. And I didn't need to look after him. He was a chief engineer. So I didn't need to. He had resources, but I looked after him. But the generation of children we are bringing up today, they're very self-centered. I'm sorry if you're in that generation. If you're in your 20s and you're listening to me, I do apologize. I'm not generalizing. I'm just talking, the typical. There are some of you who are hardworking who will look after your parents, but generally, and I don't blame them. I don't blame these young ones. I blame us, me and you, those between 45 and 65. Is the way we made them to be. Oh, they did not have this. I suffered this, so they will not suffer this. Oh, I didn't have chopper bicycle, so I must buy them chopper bicycle. We made it the way it is now. So if you are in my generation, I have this warning for you. Stop. I hawked bread on the streets of Lagos. I hawked akam ogi. I don't know what to call it in Ghana, but I hawked. But I'm here today. I'm very successful. You can Google me, like I said. I'm a consultant doctor and I have a property portfolio. I hawked. I started from simple beginnings. What you would call child abuse today in the Western world. The Western world has very good principles that we must follow and we should follow and copy. But they also have bad ones that we are copying. We shouldn't be copying. Stop spoiling these children. Hard work doesn't kill anyone. Teach them how to work for money. Teach them good work ethics. Don't give them everything they ask for. My children, one is a doctor, another one is a lawyer. They started going to work at 17 in the UK. They didn't need to. They went to public school, which we call private school in this country. We don't have to put people in private school in this country, but I did, and it is very costly, very expensive. But they started working at 17. And people were, why are you allowing your children to work? They don't need to work. I could supply all their needs, but I wanted them to learn how to make money and understand money. And today it has paid off for me anyway. But I see some of my contemporaries spoiling the children. I don't blame these children, I blame us. We need to start now. If you're in your 40s, it's not too late. Even if you're in your 60s, it's not too late. You need to start to teach these children work ethics, because what you're creating and what you're doing, if you are not, you are creating problems for their wives, for their husband, for the future, and for their children. So we need to start to lay generational principles that will go beyond us to our children, to our grandchildren, to our great grandchildren. We need to stop it. Stop spoiling these children. Teach them how to fish. Stop giving them fish. Enough said. My emotions are coming
I
up.
know.
I think you get the message.
I could feel that right here. That you were getting in there. You were getting in there, and I wanted you to keep going. I wanted to get you going more and more. You summed it up very beautifully as well. Do you have pictures of you selling some of the things that you said you were
No, I
selling?
don't actually, because those days you don't have mobile phones and all this stuff. That's a brilliant idea actually. I don't have it. I don't. But it's a shame, really, isn't it? But I don't.
Many a time when we see successful individuals, we only see what we see. We don't allow ourselves to go through the processes that has taken them to wherever that they find themselves. And as you rightfully said, all those things that happened in the past come together to make you what you are in the present. I'm glad you shared your story. Your children are certainly lucky to have a father like you. Keep it up. Dr. Susan, do you want to add anything to what Dr. Tosin said?
Yes. Yeah. Incidentally, yeah, we did. We were at dinner yesterday with a couple, and we're talking about the same thing about the generational differences. But I sadly, it's not just the West. I think this issue is also back home in Africa, where some demographics equally spoiling their children, and also in the West, obviously. And I'm sure Dr. Tosin will agree with me. And and especially when you see families, you do see a mixture. You see families living here, whether they are in the diaspora or actually people who were born here. They have very good work ethic, and they are doing their best to instill those values in their children. So I think adding to what Dr. Tosin has said. I mean, how do we instill that in our children early? And modeling is very important. Children model their parents. If they see you have parents don't have a strong work ethic, it is going to be very difficult to instill that strong ethic in the children. So the children will always copy what they see. So, if a parent shows consistency, punctuality, effort in their task, in what they do, the children will model it. So I'll be encouraging parents to, add into what Dr. Tosin has advised and encouraged us all to do, to model, to ensure that you are modeling your behavior, and as the children get older, they will hopefully imbibe those values. And the other thing is not about, oh, I want you to become a very rich footballer, or I want you to be a doctor, a lawyer, and an engineer. You see, children need to, parents need to identify the children's strengths very early, then praise and get them to focus on trying their best. And it's not about because, when they have to win or succeed, but to praise persistent and focus. It's important to get them to understand accountability from a very, very early age. They need to experience consequences. If you don't do this, then this is what is going to happen. So when they become adults, they will they don't expect to just be like a daisical with work and then get reward. You hard work, working smart, and being accountable is very, very important. Like I alluded to earlier on, I did foster the value of problem solving in my children very, very early on. When they got into conflicts, I would say to them, how are you going to solve this problem? And some of these things, it doesn't matter how young the child is, you will be surprised how resilient children are. So getting them to understand problem solving, and solving the problem, even if it's in very small steps, a very infantile stage, is very important. Um, rewards. Sometimes parents might reward their children, and again, I see that in a lot when I'm in my clinic. Sometimes my mouth is open when a child clearly did not deserve a reward. And so we need to understand the difference between a reward and a bribe. If we bribe our children to keep them quiet, or to get them to behave well, then they are not going to develop into adults, balanced adults. They will be expecting that sort of thing. So we reward them when they need rewarding. When they need sanction, they can get sanction, but definitely not confusing rewards with bribes. And then we need to keep on celebrating their progress. Their progress. It doesn't matter how small or how big it is. And sometimes also when they haven't done what they're supposed to do, or achieve what they're supposed to achieve, if they have put in the effort, we need to celebrate that. I don't believe that is spoiling the children. I think it's recognizing that they have achieved something, so that then they will be motivated. That value will be instilled in them, that look, I'm going to work hard. And even if I work hard and I don't succeed, I'll try again. And that effort in trying can also be celebrated. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that few words. That I wouldn't say few words. It's a lot of words that you've added to what Dr. Tozin has already said. I think a lot has been said on this very issue. We can never exhaust this very subject. It's an ongoing subject. But the last question that I will put to Dr. Tozin, and then yourself, and then before you bring in your final words, is if good work ethics is timeless, it's a timeless principle, or it is being defined or redefined differently in modern times. I'll start with Dr. Tuzin. Is it a timeless principle that, hey, irrespective of we being in the Gen Z era, irrespective of we being in the old era, good work ethics is a timeless principle? Or, hey, it gets redefined from time to time and from time to time. Over to you, Dr. Tosin. I think there's a delay.
Papa, can you repeat what exactly is the
Okay,
question?
now, the question is right. Is what good work ethics a timeless principle,
Oh, okay.
yeah, or it gets redefined from time to time, or even in our modern times, it is being redefined. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Okay,
It's Tosin, are you back?
I think you will have to start, and
I
then
don't think he's
yeah,
back. Yes,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So you
Yeah,
start.
I think good work ethic is timeless. It's timeless. There may be some of the extra things that might come in, but I think that as because it's a very interpersonal skill, I mean, consistency is consistency. It shouldn't be something that changes with time. Being dependable, being reliable, time management, being on time, as much as possible. Those things, in my opinion, tend to be timeless. I don't see why working smart should not be a timeless thing. It's very good to have that work-life balance, and it's not about hard work and not correlating hard work with good work ethic. Hard work is good, but within that hard work, I would say probably hard work is the one that has changed. We've moved on from okay, just work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard, and 3, 5, 10 jobs. Okay, because in the diaspora years ago, this is what people were expecting to work more than so many jobs. It's okay to work more than one job as long as you are working smart. Okay, so that I would say it wasn't timeless, and things has have changed from just working hard to working smart now. And but I think work ethic, as we have in our discussion, we have distinguished between working hard and working and a good work ethic. And we've said that they are not things that are directly correlated. They are very different. With the working hard is under the umbrella of good work ethic, but under working hard, it's very important to work smart. But my opinion is that good work ethic is, as a principle, is timeless.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tosin. I think your microphone is on now, so if you want to add a few words to that. We hope to address the delay in the next show, so don't worry, we will do that. Yeah, we will do that. Oh, Dr. Tosin. Anyway,
It looks like you are
oh,
enjoying listening to him.
I'm
I'm
enjoying.
not surprised.
I'm enjoying
Yeah,
him so much. I'm enjoying him so
yeah.
much. Yes.
And we will definitely get him. He has so much to offer.
Mhm.
I think
Mhm.
our the Black History Month is probably coming up, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
and we could be thinking about some of the things, maybe slightly more controversial topics that
Mhm.
might benefit our community.
That's right.
It's very hard to listen to those topics, but we need it as a diaspora.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then
Mhm.
yeah, I will do some brainstorming with Dr. Tosin and a few of my one-to-one colleagues around that, and then we can have more people on your show.
Excellent. Those
Yeah.
topics we call it painful truth. You have to
They are
embrace
painful
them.
truths. Yeah, they
Mm-hmm,
have to
mm-hmm.
hear.
Yeah,
We have
you
to
have
say
to, you
them
have
and
to.
hear. And we learn
Yeah, yeah,
ourselves.
yeah,
We learn so much even ourselves. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Certainly,
yeah.
certainly.
Dr. Tosin, are you on?
Oh,
Yeah, I think we've lost him.
we lost him. Oh, how I wish I could have his final words before we round up.
Final words. Yeah,
Anyway, Dr.
yeah.
Susan, I'll take your final words and
Yes.
then a brief account on one-to-one mentoring network before we call it a day.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, thank you. And I'm sure Dr. Tosin is listening, even though we cannot hear his voice because he kept saying that he hears us loud and clear. And thank you, Dr. Tosin, for appearing on the show. Just to summarize, I think I've said I've said a bit. Yeah, Dr. Tosin has just sent a message to say, I can hear you. We've said that a good work ethic is not only the factor in success, we've discussed success as a currency, and that it's not the only currency in terms of a good work ethic. And success in itself is not just about finances, it's about balance, it's about health, it's about happiness, it's about other things. We've talked about a work ethic being something internal that is a timeless idea, it's a timeless principle. And then it's all about consistency, resilience, reliability, growth. We discussed a little bit about what leadership is, and in terms of what do you need as a leader to be an agent of change. And we talked a lot about communication, your influencing skills, emotional intelligence. Yes, and another good thing about good work ethic is also perseverance. And then we talked a little bit about how it's important for us to instill the values into the next generation, because whether we like it or not, they are very different generation. Things have changed, and it's not just in the West, but I think that worldwide, the youth have changed with all the technology that has come on. The world is becoming smaller and smaller, and it's becoming more global. So it's important to instill some very good values into our children. And some of the values we talked about, the important thing is modeling, being a role model. So you model your behavior, your children will follow. You start them from when they are very little. You give them responsibilities. You praise their efforts, not just results. You teach them the importance of problem solving, time management. You celebrate their progress. That's very important. I'm Dr. Oza. I'm a consultant neurodevelopmental pediatrician. I have worked in the NHS for over 30 years, and I'm also the founder and CEO of One-to-One Mentoring. One-to-One Mentoring is a network full of people from the um, Black and minority ethnic backgrounds, but we also have associates who don't come from our particular background. So we are quite diverse, not just the people there from the backgrounds that we come from, but also particularly what we do, our professions. So it is a network that people can come on. We have all sorts of activities. We have group activities. We have started a podcast series. We have a lot of resources on our website. We offer formal and informal one-to-one mentoring where we talk about resilience, we talk about barriers to success. So there's a lot there that people can access. To access one-to-one, you can go to www.one, the number two, one again, mentoring.com, or just Google One-to-One Mentoring Network and it will take you to our network website. So, Papa, it's been a really, really fulfilling time, and I just hope your audience have enjoyed it.
Definitely, definitely. I have certainly enjoyed myself, and I'm very certain as well the audience have also enjoyed themselves. Uh, for one, I'll go and listen to whatever you two have said again, to enjoy it one more time. We hope it wouldn't take long.
Great.
It wouldn't take long for us to come back again with another show. How I wish I could hear Dr.
Yes,
Tosin once
yes,
again.
yes, and yes, and also we are hoping that we'll get the audio recording, so that those who were not able to make it will be
Yes,
able to hear
certainly.
the recording as well.
Certainly,
Yeah.
certainly. The link I've already posted to you, Doctor.
Oh, great,
Yes, so
great,
so
great.
it
Okay,
will
all
always
right,
be there
great.
for all the very ones who
Okay,
want to listen
excellent,
to it again, right?
excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. Thank you,
Well,
thank you
what
very
I
much.
wanted to ask
Yeah.
Dr. Tuzin before he goes is, he says on there that he's a flight surgeon. Does it mean he does surgeries in the aeroplane or what?
I don't think he does it on the aeroplane. But you know what? We'll get him back. We'll
Uh-huh.
get him back to talk about finances, because that's one of the big, big, big wealth creation,
Mm-hmm.
financial independence.
Mm-hmm.
We did this a few years
Yes,
ago,
we did. Yeah, I
and
remember that one. Yeah.
yeah, that is one of his strengths, and
Mm-hmm.
he has done some mentoring. He's been a mentor, my mentor in that area. He was my mentor a few years ago,
Mm-hmm.
so it would be a very good thing. So we will put our heads together,
Mm-hmm.
and then look at a very good title and get one or two people here, to support um that talk or that forum that day.
Beautiful, beautiful. We look forward for that very special day. Thank you once again
Yeah,
for coming to
you're
share
welcome. You're very welcome.
your knowledge with us. And as you
Yes.
rightfully said, we never give up. We never give up. Of all the challenges that we had to go through at the start of the show,
Yeah, well done, well done,
we
well done.
went
And
through and
thank
we
you
pulled
also to
something
our
through.
listeners, isn't
Uh-huh.
it?
Yes, yes, yes. They stayed with us.
Yes, Dr.
Yeah.
Tosi, we know you can hear us.
Uh-huh.
We are just hoping we'll hear your voice one more time. But
That's right.
hey, that's fine. This is life. This is the resilience, isn't
Mm-hmm,
it?
mm-hmm,
This is
mm-hmm.
the
Yes,
resilience.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
You know, with such good ethics, you can even get a good wife. When the woman tells you no, you don't say okay because she says no. That is it. You have to carry on. You have to carry on. You have to carry on.
I just wondering when the jokes were going to be pulled out of the bag. So good. You pulled one joke right at the end.
All
Yeah,
right
yeah.
then.
I'm sure
Thank.
if Samantha was listening, she would be chuckling. That is Papa.
Oh, my Samantha. I miss her so much.
Yes.
Anyway,
So we
thank
will
you
get
all so much.
Samantha. We
Yes,
will
and then
get
we
Samantha too.
yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. We come our way another time. Bye bye.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye
Bye bye.
bye.
Thank you.
To live and not know what state of God you are, it's a disaster. To not know your purpose is a tragedy, it's a disaster. To live and not know what state of God you are, it's a disaster. To not know your purpose is a tragedy, it's a disaster. You may tomorrow be gone, tomorrow may never come. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up to purpose for living now. That in this you will build your soul, in this you will be the difference, in this you will be the answer to the prayers of humanity. In this you will build your soul, in this you will be the difference, in this you will be the answer to the prayers of humanity. To live and not know what state of God you are, it's a disaster. To not know your purpose is a tragedy, it's a disaster. Sunshine, rainfall, half spins, the wind blows, harmony, symphony, purpose. Sunshine, rainfall, half spins, the wind blows, harmony, symphony, purpose. The world is waiting on you. Do you feel free? The world is waiting on you. Shine, oh shine, shining like a star. Oh, shine. tomorrow may never come. So wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up to purposeful living now. And this you will build your soul, and this you will be the difference, and this you will be the answer to the prayers of humanity.